There's a real easy joke I can make here, but I'm not gonna do it. Who am I kidding? Yes, I am. Get to the chopper!
Hey, what's up, YouTube land? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Warbotron WHIRLWIND. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So here is the usual Warbotron packaging that we're used to already. You got the combined mode right there, that negative picture there of Whirlwind. On this side of the box, it doesn't say anything but Whirlwind, and on the other side it says Warbotron. And on the back, you have another piece of the puzzle here, of this big collage. Move this guy over because we're going to bring in the other boxes and put this picture together. Here we have Airburst. Here we have Heavy Noises box right here, and we'll just stack Whirlwinds right there. And then we'll grab Sly Strike, stack that right there. Hopefully it will balance and not all fall over. There we go, so let's pull back. And here we have the picture thus far. Obviously the rest of it will come with their not Onslaught, so there you go. It's a very cool looking picture though. I can't wait to see what the rest of it looks like, but very, very cool. It's a shame I'm going to throw these boxes away once this set is done, but hey, I'll take a picture, it'll last longer. So there we go, let's get this out of the way. And of course this is just a sleeve, so you can just slide out the inner box. Get that out of the way, and the inner box right there, you see the full color picture of Whirlwind. Nothing on this side of the box. On the other side, this Whirlwind, numbered burger, rank, Regent, Martial Master, the RM'd forces of the Warbotron. They still didn't correct any of the misspellings, but hey, it's alright. And on the back you just have a little schematic-y type picture of Whirlwind. And there you go! There you have the packaging. And of course you do get the obligatory third-party collector's card. Yay! And again, it's that nice heavy cardstock. Nice piece of artwork. And on the back, all that same stuff that's on the box. The RM'd forces, the Regent, the skill, strength, intelligence, and whatnot. Woo! And again, no comic book, and that makes me sad because I love those comic books. They were hilarious. But anyway. Moving along, here we have Whirlwind, who is their version of Vortex. Here is another figure in the long line of just totally uninspired combiners who just lack style, and if you painted them all the same color, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart. I'm just making fun of somebody in the comments. Now, you can't say that about the Protectobots. You definitely can't say that about the Combaticons. These guys are definitely as different as you can get. You know, I gotta call people out sometimes. You know. That's how I do business here, people. But anyway, here is Whirlwind. Very nice helicopter. It does have its issues that people have brought up, and you know, I will address them. But all in all, though, it's a very nice looking helicopter. Very cool. It's got a big cannon right here at the front. Can't be mad at that. Very nice detail, molded throughout. You get some little silver paint apps here and there. You get some silver here, some silver here on the propeller blades. You get some silver spots here. Got some silver here on these guns. Get some nice orange, like an orangey transparent plastic on the cockpit as well as on the guns themselves. It's got some missiles going on back there. Very cool. I dig it. I dig it very much. He does have the landing gears, and they do roll. So you can set him down. If you set this down all the way, if you bring it down straight, it kind of doesn't really work. It does kind of have to be at an angle for it to work properly. So yeah, that. The cockpit does open. Now, one thing that people have mentioned is stress marks right up here at the hinge. I have no problem with mine. Mine's opens and closes nice and smoothly. It's not too tight, so No stress marks whatsoever on mine, so as far as I'm concerned, mine's is just fine. It's a case of your mileage may vary. You know, it happens. You know, stuff like that happens. It's QC is QC. You know, and I know people will say, oh, for as much as you're paying, you shouldn't. And yeah, but price doesn't determine quality. Price does not eliminate human error. It's just, you know, when it comes to anything you are buying, it's always buyer beware. I mean, that's just applies across the board, you know. Doesn't really matter. The price tag has nothing to do with it. But, all in all, though, still very cool. I love all the molded detail right here up front. You got some vents. Very nicely done. Very, very cool. Another thing that people have brought up that is an unfortunate design flaw is that when you spin the propellers, they will hit that back rotor right there. I mean, if it's in a position where it can actually clear, it's pretty much fine. But if it's in the wrong spot, boom, it collides. So that is definitely an unfortunate design flaw, and I don't see any way to move this back, because then you're going into stuff that has to transform. I mean, you know, or they could have just taken this and just moved it back and just kind of centered it more, maybe. That probably would have fixed it, but it's an unfortunate thing for people who like to just take their helicopters and go, woo, you know. Does it enrage me? No. Do I really care? No, but it is an unfortunate design flaw, so for the helicopter enthusiasts out there, I'm sure that enrages you, but for me, it's whatever. I don't really care. But it is a thing. It is a thing. But, there you go. Let's do some size comparisons. Here, let's bring in his Combaticon buddies. Here we have Airburst. Here we have Sly Strike. And here we have Heavy Noisy. So we can get a good look at the team so far. So there you go. That's looking good. That's looking good right there. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So there we go. And just because, here we have G1 Precious. Oh, so precious. Oh. Woo. He's like, my propeller works, Daddy. Shut up, son. Shut up. Anyway. And of course, he does have these guns right here on the sides that are removable. They're just pegged in these little armatures here. And these armatures can actually move. They're on hinges. So if you want the guns angled like that, you can do that. Still, you know, doesn't get in the way of the propellers. But you can also remove them. If you want, there are also ports right here, so you could take them and plug them in right there. That's where you want them. Actually, don't really go in that way. But I have to use the peg right here, which are always so hard to get out. And I usually have to bring out my trusty letter opener here to get those out. There we go. And I loosen these screws too, and these things are still way too tight. If you bring that post down, it should be able to peg in there. There we go. Oops. There we go. So, you can have them pegged there if you want. Totally up to you. Totally personal preference. So, there you go. You do have some options there with how you display his weaponry. Right there, I'll just fold this back down for now. So, there you have that. So, I guess there's nothing left to do but to get down to the combine mode. So, to do that, what I like to do, honestly, I like to unpeg these things and just put them off to the side. It just makes life a lot easier because they'll end up falling off on their own anyway, so I just take them and put them off to the side. So, to get the combine mode, what you're going to do is you're going to take these fins right here, bring them up. You're going to split this whole section right here, and they do leave you a nice little convenient notch right there to get your nails in. So you just want to take that and split this. Boop, come on. Boop, come on. Do it. Do it! Split, so you just split everything. There we go. Either way works. And then you're going to take just this section right here, the central section right here, and rotate it out. The foot will go with it. You just want to make sure you rotate that back So you want it like that. Let's bring that out. Bring that out. And then you want to rotate them that way. Rotate it that way so that rotor is facing up. Clip that back together. You want to take this panel right here. You want to unpeg that. And then take these side sections here. Well, actually, first thing you should do, before you even get to all that, you want to untab this section here. Just fold that down like that. And then take this whole assembly and rotate it 180. Just like that. So second first thing is the first. Just bring that down, rotate that all the way around, and there you go. That's how you want that configured. Now you have the clearance to take these pieces and bring them down. Like that, you're on a double hinge. Take it, bring it down. There you go. And then flip these up. Like that. And there you go. And just make sure all that is tabbed together. Bring that back down. And then you can flip up the landing gear also, because you don't need them anymore. And you just flip down the combiner peg. Like that. And then you want to take his feet right here. You want to take them and rotate them upwards on this hinge right here and bring it up like that. Do the same thing here. Just take it, rotate it up, and booyah. What will become his heels, you can just take them and bring them up. I like to rotate them so they kind of angle up a little bit more. There you go. And then you just rotate. I forget what arm he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a left arm. So it would be this way, right? Yeah. Just rotate it this way. Now, as far as the guns go, the instructions tell you to just leave them in their regular configuration, which ends up leaving them pointed down like that. I don't really like the way that looks, so what I do is I actually reverse them. So I'll take them and put them on the opposite side, facing up. It's just the way I like to do it. Again, your toy, you can do whatever you want with it. But I like the way that looks a lot better. And then once you actually have the fist will plug in right there. And that is basically it. There you have the arm mode for their Not Bruticus. So, of course, you'll have rotation here. You got an elbow joint right here. Oops. See, these things love to pop off. You got, bicep swivel. Of course, we know nothing about the hands yet because they come with onslaught. But there you go. But that is basically the arm mode for Bruticus. So there you have that. Oh, one thing. Let me bring it up before I get to robot mode. This little piece in here comes in the box. It's in a little baggie, all by itself. I have no idea what it's for. Nothing in the instructions say anything about it. I've watched like 5 or 6 reviews on this guy, and majority of people don't even acknowledge the existence of this piece, let alone say what it is. Only one person said that it might be for Blastoff's combiner peg. If that's the case, great, but it still doesn't tell me what to do with it in any way, shape, or form. If anybody knows what this is for, please let me know. It will be greatly appreciated because this is driving me crazy. I hate it when this happens. Here they just, they just throw stuff in the box and be like, here's a piece. Great. What the heck do I do with this? I don't even know. I don't know what this is for. Somebody please tell me what this is for. I don't know. But anyway. Like I said, most reviewers didn't even acknowledge that this thing existed. They just totally left it out of the reviews. They would acknowledge it when they were taking everything out of the box. Oh, here's this little piece. And then later on, they said nothing about it. They just ignored it. I'm not ignoring it. I want to know what it's for. Anyway, arm mode. That's a thing right there. So, now we'll just get down to robot mode. And again, just pop these off because they're going to pop off anyway on their own. So, pop those off. Bring that peg back up. You want to rotate the waist so the crotch plate is in line there with the purple. I'm going to split the legs. I'm going to take his feet and just rotate them back around so they're facing the right way. Gonna rotate that heel so it's facing the right way. So it's flat on the ground, and there you have that. Second verse, same as the first. Just bring that around. Bring that around. There you go. And the legs are all done. So now we're moving to the upper body. Another thing you want to do is you're going to take this whole section right here, and you're going to remove it. What parts forming worst toy ever? Yes, this is a thing that people have complained about. Again, I don't care, because this becomes his weapon in robot mode, so it still serves a purpose. So there you go. You plug off, unplug that. And now this whole purple assembly, you're going to shift down like that. Excuse me for a second. Let me raise the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Now you're going to take the cockpit section here. Just take that and untab it. Bring it down against the chest. You're going to take this whole assembly right here. You're just going to have to kind of wiggle this loose because it's actually pegged in. It actually pegs in right there. Now this is on a double hinge, so you just want to take it and bring it down, and now these tabs will tab in to, get out of my way, we'll tab into these slots right there. Colors are getting in my way. Now you just take that, put it up flush against the back, and there you get that all done. Arms, you just want to rotate it. You want to bring the forearm out, and then just bring the whole arm down. And you just want to open up this panel right here, and flip out his hand, close it back up, and there you go. Second verse, same as the first. Just rotate that around, bring that out, bring it down, open that up, flip out the hand, close it back up, and voila. And then you can take these guns right here and you can peg them back on where they were. So he's got his shoulder cannons. Bring his head down, and there you go. There you have Whirlwind in his robot mode. And I like the design. It looks really, really cool. I dig it. I dig it. You know, people have complained about the color. They complain about the chest. It works fine for me. I don't care. You know, it still looks good to me. I have no problem with it. Very, very nice all around. Getting closer here on the head sculpt. Very nice head sculpt. And as you can see, just tremendous light piping. Just nice bright glow right there. And overall, though, a very, very nice design. Very cool. You get some more silver here that's revealed in robot mode. Lots of detail. Even the inner forearms here have some painted details. Inner part of the legs. Just very nice. It's a very clean robot mode. I mean, he has like no backpack. It's just very clean. I mean, besides the propeller blades, it's a very clean transformation. So, dig it. I dig it very, very much. Now, articulation-wise, his head is on a ball joint. He can look up pretty well. He can look down. Not a lot of wiggle room. It's very, very slight wiggle room. Of course, it rotates. Full 360. The arms can do a full 360, but you will end up popping these things off. You do get inward and outward movements. You do get a bicep swivel. You do get 90 degrees there at the elbow. You have a wrist swivel. The fingers can open and close. You also just do a transformation, get a little bit of wiggle room this way if you need it. He does have a waist joint. Legs can go forward. They can go back, in and out. You do get a thigh swivel, 90 degrees there of movement at the knee, and I like how it actually reveals some gears and whatnot. That's a nice touch. And his feet are on a ball joint here, so you can kind of rotate these and angle them to your preference. And these little skirt pieces here will move out of the way to accommodate the leg movements right there. And there you go. Another complaint is that people have had problems with their Whirlwind standing. The heels on mine are just fine. Again, it's just a case of your mileage may vary. QC is QC. Mines are fine. I mean, I plant them down, plant his toes, plant his heels, and he's good. You know, I'm shaking the table, and he's not going anywhere. So, again, it's a case of your mileage may vary. Sometimes you just get one that didn't. Sometimes you get one that passed QC that shouldn't have passed QC. But again, it happens. It sucks, but it happens. Now, of course, this whole front section here of the helicopter becomes his weapon. You just take this whole piece right here, rotate it around. The instructions actually tell you to leave this out like that, but I'll show you. And you want to flip down this longer peg right there. The instructions tell you to leave this piece straight out, but if you do that, then he can't actually hold it right, because then this just kind of gets in the way of the stuff on his forearm, so he can't hold it properly. So I take it and I just rotate it the rest of the way around. That way it just goes straight down into his hand and doesn't collide with anything. I think it actually looks a bit better too. So he can't hold his weapon, which is nice. Unfortunately, the pegs, again, I have to fish it out here with my letter opener. The pegs are too short for him to actually hold them in his hand, but they do peg into the forearms right here. So if you want him to have forearm cannons, you can totally do that. So that is an option. So as usual, you do have a lot of display options with this guy. The propeller blades can be removed. All four of them can be removed, and he can hold them as swords. Oops. Get in there. You can hold them as swords, which is awesome. I dig that. I dig that very much. You can remove all four of them. Let me get him out here so I can show off something else. Come on. Oops. You dropped his gun. How dare you? How dare you drop your gun? You never drop your gun, soldier! Yeah, anyway. Actually, I would have to take it out of his hand anyway because I need to show this off. Now, this part of the gun right here actually has little secret compartments. So if you unpeg this little bit right here, you get these little transclearant pieces, which at first I had no idea what they were for. They're in the box, and as usual, the instructions said absolutely nothing about them. So much fun when that happens. I hate it when these companies leave stuff out of the instructions. Even Hasbro's doing it now, and it's getting really annoying. Don't throw stuff in the box and not tell me what to do with it, please. Please. But anyway, you get two of them, one on each side. Right there. And what these are for is for the swords. You can take them, plug one in each side, like that. So you can totally go Darth Maul on somebody. I don't know how well I can actually hold it like this. Can you actually hold it like this? I guess. Yeah, you can. Loosely, but he can. Because those pegs don't really allow for him to really get a grip on the actual handles. But you could hold it like that, but what you can also do is you can take these and peg them into these forearm ports and give him some wicked sick blades. And I dig that very, very much. And there are different configurations you can go with, and I will go through them. Go through them all. Well, not all. Most of them anyway. But here's one configuration that you can always go with. So that's very cool. Another thing you can go with, another option is, there's these little tabs that are sticking out of the sides. You can plug these into the sides, into those ports right there. And then plug this into his forearm. So he has double arm blades. That's really cool. That I dig. And that's a cool look right there. I mean, you could totally, you could really display them like that, and that would look awesome. I dig that. I dig that very, very much. And if you wanted to, you could take these, plug them in. Honestly, I wouldn't make it a habit to use these tabs too much for this configuration, because eventually I could see this eventually taking the paint off, just wearing it down. So I honestly wouldn't do this configuration too much if you want to preserve the paint. But another thing you can do is you can take it. Unfortunately, these pegs are actually too small to fit in there, but if you just plug it in the way they were, you can kind of sort of get like a cape thing going on here. Oops, these stupid things just load to pop off. I mean, you can see they're just very small pegs, so there's not much for these to hold on to. But, you can get that look going. So that kind of works. It's just cool, it's cool that you have options with what you want to do with the propellers. I dig that. Again, it would have been nice if the instructions hadn't mentioned this. But hey, it is what it is. Right? Right? That's what I always say. It is what it is. Let me get it back in the configuration I like. I actually like this configuration. Just one like this. Then the claws on the other side. And this boomstick. Right there. That works pretty well for me. Or maybe not, because that kind of gets in the way of his gun. Gets in the way. Gets in the way. Fine then, you know what? Tell you what. I'll leave these two back here. How about that? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave these back here. There we go. There. There we go. So there you go. There you have Vortex. He's cool. I dig him. I dig him very, very much. Now for comparison, here he is with Combiner Wars drag strip. You can see how he scales with the Combiner Wars Deluxe. Right there. Here he is with Combiner Wars Prime. So you can see how he scales with the Voyagers. We have that. Just for the heck of it, here he is with Megatron. So you can see how they scale. So there you have that. And now we'll bring in his buddies here. We'll bring in Sly Strike. Bring in Airbust. See if we can get them all in shot. And Heavy and Noisy. Because he is both heavy and noisy. Pull back here, and there you got the Combaticons so far. They look good. This is a good looking team right there. I dig it. I dig it! I dig it so much. There we go. And of course, just because here he is with G1 Vortex Precious, he can't stand. This Vortex can't stand on its own. That one stands just fine. This one, yeah, he's showing his age. He can't. No, he just can't. He just there you go. Precious. Oh, precious. So, he's supposed to have it? No, he's not. Stand. Precious. Just precious how he faints. Anyway, as far as Airburst goes, decent figure. I dig it. I mean, there have been issues reported. I guess I'm in the minority of people who didn't have any of those issues. Like I said, mine stands just fine. The cockpit doesn't have any stress marks on it. You know, the unfortunate design flaw of just the propellers, the way the propellers work, or don't work, rather. That is unfortunate, but it's nothing I hold against the figure because I don't really care about stuff like that. Overall, though, I think it's a very cool figure, very nice design. I actually wish he held his gun just a little bit tighter. It doesn't really... Yeah. It is a bit loose in his hand. That's a little nitpick that I can make there. But, you know. But all in all, though, I do still like the figure. I think he looks great. And, can't wait for Onslaught to come out. So we can finally have a complete Bruticus. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. And again, somebody, please, if you know, tell me, please. Please tell me what this is for. Please, tell me what to do with this. I don't know. Please, somebody tell me. Please. Please. Sorry. Anyway, if you would like a Whirlwind or any of Warbotron's offerings so far, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Warbotron Whirlwind, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Excuse me, Vortex? Yes, sir.
I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
What's that?
I was wondering if you could, get Brawl to do something for me.
Yeah, sure, but, how come you can't ask him yourself?
I would, but, he always yells, like, right in my face, and frankly, it's starting to hurt. It's really starting to hurt my audio receptors.
Oh, yeah, he does that. Did you say my name, Mr. Wave?
Ah!
How many times do we have to tell you? People don't like it when you do that.